Hello students, welcome back to our maths class. Today we will continue this video with the next concept of our chapter, that is angles. Now let us learn, children, what is angles. A figure formed from two rays which share a common endpoint is called angle. Children, you can see here I have given a figure here. These are the two rays. When we join these two rays and they have a common endpoint, they form a angle, right? You can see this, the black lines here, and these two rays are called the arms of the angle, right? So let us see what is the next. The rays forming the angle are known as the arms or the side. As I told you, these are the arms of the given angle, and the common endpoint is known as vertex. We have learned in the last video only that the corners of, we call it as vertex. So this portion is called the vertex, and the common endpoint is known as vertex, and the angle is also associated with three parts. Now angle also, children, have three parts. Which are the three parts? Interior, exterior, and on the angle, that is on the boundary, that we have learned somewhat, right? Now let us learn what is interior first. It refers to the inside or the inner area. Now you can see this green shaded part, children. This is the interior of the given angle. So whatever comes inside, we call it as the interior. You will have a few exercise based on that, what is in the interior, what is in the exterior. So for that you need to understand this, right? So the green shaded portion, and as it goes, it will extend on the both the ways. All the part that goes between the two arms of the angle will be considered as the interior of that angle. Okay. Now let us see what is the next with us. That is angle or the boundary. As I told you, boundary. It refers to the arms of the angle. The red point, you can see this red point is marked on the angle or on the boundary. You can see this is called on the boundary, right? So you can see here the red that I marked, that is called on the angle or on the boundary. Third, we have, children, exterior. What is exterior? Outside the angle. It refers to the outside or the outer area. The blue point that is marked here, that is called the exterior. The point is in the exterior of the given angle, means it is outside the angle. So we learn three parts of the angle: interior of the angle, boundary of the angle, and the exterior of the given angle. Now let us see what is the next topic we have. Now how we will name an angle, children? This is very important for you to understand and learn. Now while naming an angle, the letter depicting the vertex appears in the middle. I have given you one example here. You can see here angle ABC here. Now it is told that the vertex will always come in between the middle letter, that is B. B is the vertex of this given angle. That means how do we write it as? This is the symbolical form of angle, angle ABC. The vertex will always be in the center. So remember the symbolical form of angle, and we name the given angle as angle ABC. Also, children, you can write the same thing in the different manner. You can write angle CBA also, but yes, the B has to be in the center only. Okay, you can change the top one, that is arm, that is A and C. You can interchange this two, but not the center. Okay. So you can see the above angle can also be named as CBA. An angle can also be named just by its vertex, that is you can also write the given figure as angle B only. So these are the three ways to name the given angle. You can either name it as angle ABC, angle CBA, or only angle B, right? Okay. So this is what you need to understand and remember very well. Now children, the next topic we have is triangle. Triangle is a polygon. Polygon, why? Because it is a closed figure made up of curve, and third, it is made up of only line segment. You can see it is a simple closed figure made up of three sides. So it is called triangle. The word tri means three. So it is a three-sided polygon. Okay. It is also the polygon with the least number of sides. Children, least number of sides, it has three sides. You cannot have any other polygon with the, okay, that is with the less than three sides, children. Okay, if I draw like this 2, then can you call it as a closed figure? No. Why? Because we need one more to make it closed. So, the smallest polygon we have is triangle here. Okay. Now, the triangle here, children, you can see triangle has 3 vertices, 3 sides and 3 angles. That is, 3 sides are AC, CB and AB. You can see here AB, BC and CA are the 3 sides of the given triangle. It has 3 vertices, means 3 corners, that is A, B and C. It has 3 vertices A, B and C. It has 3 angles also, that is angle A, angle B and angle C. Okay. So, this is triangle. Triangle is a 3-sided polygon and it is a polygon with the least number of sides. It has 3 sides, 3 angles and 3 vertices. Now, what is next? Here children, we have here something more to learn about the triangular region also. The light blue colored area inside one, children, this one is the interior of the triangle. It is the same concept of interior and exterior. It is, that means it is inside, something that is inside, that is interior of the triangle. The black boundary you can see here, that is the boundary or on the triangle, and the third, the dark blue area, that is the exterior of the given triangle. So, triangle also has 3 parts: interior of the triangle, on the triangle or the boundary, and exterior of the given triangle. Okay. So, the concept of interior, exterior and all are almost same. Now, children, we have the next to learn is quadrilaterals. Quadrilateral is also a polygon, but it has 4 sides. So, quadrilateral is a 4-sided polygon. Here as it defines the definition of polygon, it is a closed figure made up of only line segments with the 4 sides 1, 2, 3 and 4. So, quadrilateral here has a 4 sides, it has 4 vertices, it has 4 angles. You can say 4 sides AB, BC, CD and DA. They are the 4 sides. 4 vertices are which? A, B, C and D. These are the 4 vertices. Similarly, angle A, angle B, angle C, angle D are the 4 given angles. Now, something else related to polygon, children. Here you can see it is somewhat quadrilateral, it looks like a square only. We have learned about the properties of square. It has opposite sides. AB and CD are the opposite side, whereas AD and the BC are also the second opposite side. It has also opposite angles, that is angle A and angle C are the opposite angles, whereas angle B and angle D are the opposite angle, that is another opposite angle. Opposite means they are opposite to one another, they are not the adjacent angles, they are opposite, right. Now, what are adjacent angles here? We have here adjacent angles also. Adjacent angles, which are the adjacent, that is next to one another, that is angle A and angle B, angle B and angle C, angle C and angle D, angle D and angle A. These are the pair of adjacent angles in the given quadrilateral. Now, let us see, children, what is next. Circles. Children, very interesting to learn circles. It is a simple closed curve and it is not considered as polygon. Now, you will ask me, why this is not a polygon? Children, because it is not made up of line segment, we cannot call it as polygon. It is a closed figure, but made out of curve. So, it is a simple closed curve, right? It is not a polygon. Now, circle also have the few parts, very important parts of the circle you need to understand and learn very nicely. So, let us learn step by step the parts of the circle. The very first we have radius, children. It is a straight line connecting the center of the circle to the boundary of the same. Radii is the plural of radius. Now, you can see whenever you draw a circle, children, whenever you place the rounder, you get a small point here. That is, this is the center of the circle from where we draw the round figure, that is circle. So, this particular point is called the center, and the line segment joining center to the outer boundary is called the radius. So, this particular is called the radius. It is not necessary only this is radius, even this is also radius, this is also radius, this is also radius, this all are radius only. So, you cannot have any counting of the radius you have in a circle. Okay. So, remember the line segment joining the center to the boundary is called the radius. Now, what do you have next? Diameter. It is a straight line from one side of the circle to the other side passing through the center. Now, it is somewhat like radius only. It is a line segment that joins the two ends of the circle on the boundary it joins, but one important thing, it passes through the center of the circle compulsorily, then only we can call it as diameter. When the line segment passes through the center of the circle and touches the two ends of the circle, we call it as diameter. You cannot call this as diameter. Why? Because it is not passing through the center of the circle. It is something else, we will learn next what it is, right. So, diameter always passes through the center of the circle, right. Next, what do we have? We have circumference. What is circumference? It refers to the boundary of the circle. Boundary means you can see this curved part is called the circumference, the full area covered, okay, the full boundary, the round circle, that is called the circumference here. Now, chord. Any line that contains 2 points on the boundary of the circle is called a chord. Now, diameter is the longest chord. In the previous slide children, when I was showing you that this is, suppose this is a diameter, it passes through the center of the circle, right, then only I can call it a diameter. I cannot call this as a diameter, I told you in the previous slide. So, such condition, this is called a chord. Okay. Here also this line will join the two ends of the circle, but it will not pass through the center of the circle. So, we call it as a chord, not the diameter. But yes, diameter is a chord, but okay, it is the longest chord in the given particular circle. You cannot call this as a diameter, but diameter can be called as a chord. Okay. So, remember that very well. And you can have many more chords, then you can have chords like this also, you can have like this also, like this also, like this also, but only see that the chord never passes through the center of the circle. It will touch any 2 points on the circle, but not it will, but necessarily it will not pass through the center. Okay. Hope so this chord is clear to you. Now, move to the next arc. It is the portion of the boundary of the circle. You can see here this portion, this is called one arc, because the circle is made up of arc only children. That is, you can see the circular region here, this is called arc. Okay. It is a portion of the boundary of the circle. Next children, we have interior of the circle. We had learnt here, that also again we will do the same thing here, no worry. You can see here circle is given, the portion, that is grey portion you can see here, that is the interior of the circle, whereas you can see this portion what is outside the circle, that is called exterior of the given circle. Next children, we have sector. It is the region in the interior of the circle, interior means inside the circle, which is made up of arc, this is arc, and a pair of radii, means 2 radius, 1 and 2. So, this portion is called sector. Means a sector is made up of 2 radius, that we call as radii, and 1 arc. So, that blue color region you can see here, this blue color region is called the sector children. It is not necessary it is here only, it can be here also like this. Another sector you can have like this is also a sector, you can have this also as a sector, but you have to follow the rules that it has to be enclosed by 1 arc and 2 radii. Okay. So, that is called the sector. Now, what is segment? Segment, it is the region in the interior of the circle enclosed by an arc and a chord. You can see children here, one more I have done here, the green part you can see, you have this as an arc and joined by a chord. So, this particular interior region we call it as segment.
Okay, it is not compulsory, you can have it here also. It is not necessary only one side we have, but it's the interior region that is made up out of one chord and arc, we call it as segment. Now, the last topic children here we have is semicircle here. What is semicircle children here? A diameter divides the circle into two semicircles. You can see one circle, this is the diameter which passes to the center of the circle and it divides the circle into two parts, right. So, hence each half means this part is called the semicircle, that is one semicircle, and another you have like this, the second semicircle. Okay. So, this is called semicircle. When a diameter is dividing the circle, we get two semicircles. So, with this now children, we end our chapters. Now, we will continue in the next video with our textual exercise. Thank you. Have a nice day.